boo, it's your girl Blue, naked face today because it's time for my first makeup tutorial. Yes! I've had a few requests come in because in a few of my videos obviously I've done some creative makeup and a few people have expressed interest in learning how to do it. I'm singing at an open mic night tonight, my first ever Melbourne open mic, so I want to hit them with a bang, have a colour coordinated outfit makeup combination, and so we're going to do that together. I'm wearing a red, black, yellow tartan jacket, and so I'm going to use those colours in my makeup look. Now, if I had my face paints here, I don't. They're in London. Because I used to live in London, so I had to leave a lot of my makeup and things behind. R.I.P. So I have zero red. The only red I have is my cheap eyeshadow. So I won't be doing a full tartan look, which I will do hopefully another day down the track. But for now, it's just going to be a red, yellow look. Disclaimer, if anyone has come here for a professional makeup tutorial, you've come to the wrong place. I am an amateur, I don't know what I'm doing, and I also have no money, so I don't even have proper makeup products. This is what you can do on a low budget with very little skills. Enjoy. So the first thing I'm going to use is Baby Skin Primer from Maybelline. I literally just put a teeny tiny dab of it on my finger. That's enough for my entire face. Dab, 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 all over my face, and then I just rub it in. That is all you need, kids. Grab your beauty blender that has been very well used and abused. Next, I'm going to use the True Match from L'Oreal foundation, which is in Ivory. It's the lightest one because your girl is white. Teeny tiny dab, not even a full pump. Dab, dab. Now, if you want to learn how to do foundation, concealer, the base of your face, I don't know if I'm doing it right. I'm just kind of dabbing and blending until I can't see it anymore. But if you want to learn how to do it properly, watch James Charles or someone, you know what I mean? Okay, now it's time for concealer. I'm using Glow This Way from DB Cosmetics, and it is in Porcelain. I've almost completely used this up, so I'm actually not even sure if it's going to be enough for today. Under the eyes. Dab, 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 a little bit on top of the eyes, like so. Blend, blend, blend. Other side. And I have a scar here from my eyebrow piercing many, many years ago when I thought it was cool to have an eyebrow piercing, so I'm just going to cover that up a little bit. A couple of pimple marks. I would use green concealer if I had some, but I don't. Oh, important tip if you didn't know, make sure your beauty blender is damp before you use it. I tried using it dry when I first got it and I was like, why is it not working? It's so easy for everybody else. I just needed to wet it. Little bit on the T-spot, a little bit on the nose, a little bit on the Cupid's something, and a little bit on the chin. Why? Because that's what people on YouTube do and I'm just following the trend. Next, I'm going to do my eyebrows with Maybelline Brow Satin. At one end, we have the pencil, and at the other end, which I actually never use, this is for people who want those Instagram square eyebrows, which I detest, we have the blending tip. I literally only use the pencil end, and I got this one purely for two reasons. Firstly, regular eyebrow pencils you have to sharpen and then you end up wasting a lot of the pencil when you sharpen it, and then it goes down super, super quickly and it goes blunt super, super quickly as well, so you can't actually get nice defined lines. With this one, obviously it's the same size the entire way down, it is nice and fine and you can just retract it. My eyebrows only half exist up to here. I'm gonna brush them down for you so you can see. They only exist up to like here. The rest of it, I mean, I have a couple of hairs, but the majority of it, this shape here, is actually microbladed on. It was done a couple of years ago, so it's fading. And so I basically just follow my microblading line and fill it in. The color I'm using is medium brown, by the way. Now, unlike the rest of the world, I do not conceal the lines around my eyebrows because that makes them look way too made up, and I want them to look semi-natural. I know they don't look fully natural, but I want them to look a little bit more natural than the general population. Next, eyeshadow. I got this beautiful palette, Festival from BYS. If anyone knows BYS, you will know that it is a very cheap makeup brand. It's probably not vegan, it's probably not safe. I got it from Kmart for about $14, and any other BYS product I have used has stung my skin because it's just cheap and crappy. However, I have no money, and so this is the best option for me at this point in my life. It has all the colors you could need, and to be honest, I can create some pretty badass looks considering the fact that it is very cheap and not actually very good quality. You will notice that there is no black on here, there is no white, and there are no nude colors. So I also have the nudes from Maybe It's Maybelline. And even my white is running out, which was not fully white, it was like a pearly color. I have used that so much that I've actually run out. So if anyone wants to buy me some more eyeshadow, send me nudes. Where is my... She's not here! Where? That's weird. Oh my gosh, it's literally right in front of me. Color Tattoo 24 Hour from Maybelline. The color is a pearly white color and it is called number 5 Too Cool. It's really lovely and iridescent and pretty. So we're starting with that color for under the eyebrows, a little bit in the center, sorry, the inner corners of the eyes. And I actually also use it for a little bit of a highlight. I don't go too hardcore with my highlighting and contouring because, hello, have you seen these cheekbones? Just dab a little bit on the finger there. Just chuck it under the eyebrow. And I like to bring it all the way in. Kind of like follow my eye socket down, just so that we can blend that in with the color when the color is introduced. That'll do. Inner corner of the eye, bring that across just a tad, because we're going to be blending in some more color with that as we go in. And just while we're here, we might as well highlight the cheeks. Just a teeny little bit. As you can see, I'm dusting it very lightly, and then I smudge it in with my other finger that has no highlighter on it. Just enough to catch the light. That'll do. Tiny bit on the tip of the nose. Again, just because that's what I've seen other people do. Tiny bit up here. Just following where I went with the concealer earlier. It's just the areas that catch the light and give your face a little bit of definition. My face already has buttloads of definition though, so I actually don't really need to do this. Now, at this stage in the process, you're probably gonna look in the mirror and freak the hell out because I look like a bag of shit, but that's okay. Trust the process. Hey, do you know what I forgot to do before I got to my eyes? After my eyebrows, before the eyeshadow, I like to use finishing powder just to help set the foundation, take away some shine, all that jazz. So I am using Maybelline Superstay Powder in Ivory. Just go all over the face. Cool. Now, if you're wrinkly like me, finishing powder is going to enhance these wrinkles a lot. So to be honest, I'm kind of going more and more off finishing powder as I get older. I'm yet to learn techniques and how to remove the wrinkle effect. If anyone has any tips, please hit me up in the comments because your girl is still learning. Now the fun part. Ooh, I have red here, which is like a deeper crimson red and a lighter orangey red. Now you'll notice when I put these on my eyes, they're not that particularly pigmented, so it's not going to look crimson, it's going to look more pink because it just blends in with the whiteness of my face. However, we can't quibble because this is our only option. So in order to enhance the red and yellow effect, I will use slightly more orangey tones, and when I blend it in with the yellow, that's going to add the orange. And having yellow and red together makes it look more red. If I had red and purple together or red and blue, it would look more pink. It's just using the warmer colors of the spectrum. It tricks your eyes into thinking that it's red, not pink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do yellow on the inner corners and red on the outer corners. When you start, you can start super light, and I like to go all the way out. Not fully to the top of my eyebrow because I've already got that white in there. So we want to come all the way up because I'm performing, so I want to make it a bit dramatic. Just bring it in. Cool. Oh yeah, I'm using this Wet n Wild brush. It's a bigger, fluffy one. What does it say on the packet? Large eyeshadow brush. That's what it is. It's a Wet n Wild large eyeshadow brush. Usually, we would use this on a lighter color on the outer parameters. As you get to the deeper, darker colors when you're blending in, you get smaller and smaller with the brush. I'm starting with a bold color on the outer rims, which is not as common, but we're doing it anyway. All the way under the eye, and then I just come back. Now that my brush has lost all of its pigment, I'm just coming back to the top here to blend it in a little bit to that white so that the line's not as defined. Oh yeah, on camera, she's looking deep. Now the hardest challenge is matching the points and not having two completely different angles. If your color's looking a little bit patchy, that's cool. Just get more color on your brush, add it in, keep blending until it looks seamless. Now I've gone all the way out to my hairline. Obviously, if you don't want a massively dramatic look like what I'm doing, you don't have to go that far out. Like literally just come around to like the edge of your eyebrow. That will be plenty. Now I'm using the Wet n Wild small eyeshadow brush. I think I got these ones from Farmers in New Zealand, which is like M&S in the UK, and I can't think of an equivalent in Australia. But they're super cheap. They're like $3 a brush, which is why I got them. You can get expensive ones if you want, but like, who's got the money for that? I already have the remnants of yellow from the other day on here because if I'm using yellow again, why wash it? Now we don't want to get rid of the white on the inner corner completely. We want to make sure there's a little bit of white in the very corner. So I'm not going to bring the yellow all the way down. I'm just going to come in here and add that in. You might find that you have to wipe your face after doing your eyes if you have cheap products like me. That's why a lot of makeup artists do their eyes first and then they add the foundation. But like, I started doing makeup long before YouTube tutorials and I'm just used to doing it this way. Oh, it's flying out across here. So I'm gonna go back over with the red again afterwards. Aha! I've literally never done this before. I just can't talk and do makeup at the same time. Multitasking, not my strong point. Number one rule with eyeshadows, just keep blending. The more you blend, the more beautiful you look. I should write jingles. Blending the face, day after day. Your girl's looking a little bit like a sunset now, which is kind of not my intention, but who really gives a shit? Just going back over with the red to enhance that color. Now that orangey red that I pointed at before, I'm using that one. Just to like blend them in a bit in here. Ha! Would you look at that? You can't tell the difference. That is how uncool my product is. It literally makes no difference. That, my friends, is all the color we need. Now the only other thing we need to do is use an angled eyeshadow brush. What? No, it's not. It's in the wrong packet. It's a little round-tipped brush. It's just short and stubby. I'm grabbing my nudes and I am selecting the black. There is only one black. That's the one you use. If you have any other black or nude or white or product, honestly use whatever products you want to use. I'm just using what I have available to me. You can honestly recreate these looks with literally anything. So this is where we can make the red look a little bit deeper. I'm just coming into the very outer corner of my eye and I'm smudging it over the eye socket crease, cut crease. I'm not cutting the crease, but that part of my eye. And I come in a little bit underneath the eye as well, just for added effect, and over the top, the very top of my eyelid. So there's a little bit of a triangle of black going on. Then I smudge it in with my finger because I am a hardcore bitch. And now I'm just going to bring it back into the red triangle a little bit, just so that the center of it is darker than the outer edges. Smudge that in a little bit with the finger. Honestly, your fingers are gonna become your best friends when you're doing makeup. They are just, there's nothing like it, really. Just gonna go back over with the red to brighten it back up a little bit. There we go, yes. Queen. Now we're looking like fire. Now it's higher than that one. Oh! Crisis averted. I have a retractable black eyeliner from NYX. It is also almost completely run out. I have bought another one, but it's not as good quality, so I'm literally going to use the absolute dregs of this one. Oh, the color is just so deep and beautiful. Just on the waterline of my eye, like so. Now I have the Master Graphic felt tip eyeliner from Maybelline. Now this always happens. It's so annoying, but it's so worth it because this is the best eyeliner I have ever used in my life. The top doesn't come off. Come off. Hey! As you can see, it is an angled tip and it is absolutely 100% amazing to use for winged eyeliner. You will see. Here's the rule with winged eyeliner. Always follow the bottom of your eye and go up. Because if you're anything like me and you have droopy eyes, if you follow the top lid of your eye down, then the wings are gonna draw your eyes even further down. I need to make my eyes look alive, so I have to follow the bottom of my eye and go up. So I start with that first. And honestly, for a dramatic look, the bigger the wing, the better. So this wouldn't actually be big enough, so I'm gonna extend it. I'm channeling Amy Winehouse. One eye, done. The trick again is matching them, especially because my eyes are pretty lopsided. I don't know if you've noticed, a lot of people do notice, so I'm not offended if you have, but my eyes are very lopsided, and they're actually lopsided to the point where the passport photo machine didn't recognize my face. I selected where my eyes were in my photo and it said, sorry, does not recognize. They don't match. This one is higher than this one. The bane of my life. Every time I try to make this one lower and this one higher, and I can't do it. Holla if you have the same wing issues as me. You know what? I'm done. I've tried to even them out as best I can. I've got super long eyelashes. Now, when I perform, I do actually usually use false eyelashes, but I don't actually have any on me right now, and it's just an open mic night, so I'm really not that bothered. Makes me water every time. I am using the Colossal Go Extreme Leather Black Volume Express from Maybelline. So what I like to do with my eyelashes is they are naturally long anyway, so I like to clump them together into like bigger, to make them look like less bigger eyelashes. So they actually look more false anyway. The more spread out they are, the more just like regular hair, regular eyelashes they look. But if you clump them together a bit, which some people don't like, but I love, then they look more like doll's eyelashes. Once I've clumped them together, I just get enough mascara just on the little tip there to go over them with even more mascara to really thicken them out, make them look massive. And that is why I love using this Volume Express, because it is thick and clumpy and it adds so much volume. And this is why I love Maybelline. Not only is it cheap and affordable, hello, that's what I'm all about, but it's actually also really good quality stuff. So there we are, the eyes are pretty much done. Now all that is missing is the sticky bling to really make them pop. I have a couple of different options. Now, this baby is almost fully used up. She is from Poundland in London. I've had her for 8 months, and this is why it's almost all used up, and I am in desperate need of more, but I have not yet found a shop in Australia, in Melbourne, that sells rainbow colored bling for £1. So I'm going to use a few of the yellow ones here. I've got very little left, so unfortunately I can't use that many. Usually I would cover the inner corner of my eye with the yellow, but I don't have that many, so I'm just gonna do one on each eye in the corner, and then I might do one under each eye as well. The beauty with sticky bling is that you don't have to use eyelash adhesive to stick them on. I don't know why professional makeup artists choose to do that. What a waste of time. I have a few more reds than I have yellows, so I'm going to add maybe 3 or 4 on each outer corner of my eye. Now, I have also found these cool crystal stickers just from your average cheap Asian store. We have all shapes and all colors. I'm going to be using the diamonds, the yellow and the red, because I'm going to create a little harlequin design just on my left cheek here. Okay, with that all done, all that is left is my black lipstick and my setting spray. I am choosing Jeffree Star's Weirdo. I did use, I think it was Velvet Black by Lime Crime for many years, and it was amazing, but it dries out, which is great because it means it doesn't ever come off, but it does leave my lips feeling very dry. And the great thing about the Jeffree Star one is that it doesn't dry as much. I can't decide which one I like better, because the Jeffree Star one, because this one doesn't dry, it ends up leaving the crease marks in my lips that they kind of come off and it gives you lines. So I don't know. I'm not really sure which one I'm about. This one feels delightful and looks awesome initially, but if you leave it on for a long time, I would say maybe go for the Lime Crime one. Next, I'm using the Master Fix setting spray from Maybelline, purely because it's big and it lasts longer. There you have it, kings and queens.